Welcome back to Andy's Speed Shop. Today I'm going to show you one of our recent acquisitions. 2004 Yamaha Big Bear 400 four-wheel drive. I think we did pretty good on it. So, story behind this. Found it on Marketplace in my little hometown here. It was $600, and so I was going to be a buyer at that if everything was the way that he had promised in the ad. However, when I got there, I couldn't hear it run. There was no engine oil in it. We'll get to that. And I knew that he thought that it needed a clutch, and that's why it had been sitting. And that was supposedly a dealer diagnosed problem. And so he didn't want to pay dealer money. Don't blame him, nobody does. And so he took it home and tried to fix it himself. He got as far as, supposedly, he got as far as removing the side cover here, and he said he removed some components. Now this was a year ago. He said he doesn't have the components, they're gone. I don't know, this thing was sitting in a barn. It was a chore to push out to the truck. It was terrible. I mean, it's a big heavy bike. So I told him I wasn't gonna be a buyer at $600, and I didn't want to offend him, but he said, while you're here, make an offer and we'll see what happens. I said, okay. I don't want to offend you. If you sit on this for long enough, someone is going to come along and give you your $600, because it doesn't look so bad. The plastics are good. That's a huge expense. Everything's there. Well, so far. So I was like, listen, in order for it to be no risk for me, I can't give you more than $300 for this bike. And he said, 300 bucks, it's yours, which is also kind of scary. But we got it for $300. $300 Big Bear. Four-wheel drive, 2,500 pound winch, wireless remote for said winch. Kind of cool for $300. I think at $300, there's no gamble. We'll get our money back or make some money one way or the other. So we'll push this thing over to the work area. We're gonna open up this clutch cover here, and it's kind of scary for me because he doesn't know what he removed. He wasn't able to tell me what the part was called, which means he probably shouldn't have been in here anyway, but he removed something. This is not a manual clutch ATV. All you have to do is shift it with your foot. You don't have to actuate a clutch. So there's a centrifugal clutch, and then there's your typical traditional clutch pack here. I'm hoping that he has removed the clutch pack and not that centrifugal clutch. I think that'll be a little more expensive to get into. Right off the bat, I can see he's missing this lever. That actuates reverse. It's a cable here. You've got reverse up here on the dash. You can see, I'll pull it. You can see that cable moving. That's just missing. There is supposed to be a shaft with a fork on it to actuate reverse. So let's dig into this, see what we find. See, I think that's probably 8mm. Okay, I can tell this has been removed. Obviously, like I said, we're missing our reverse shaft there. This oil line has been removed and it's popped off already. See, yeah, there's no gasket material. Oh. All right, so good news, centrifugal clutch is here. One-way bearing is good. As you can see, it'll rotate that way. It will not rotate that way. Okay, we're missing clutch discs. We're missing some hardware, a spring and a screw, and our clutch plate. And yeah, reverse shaft, of course, missing. I hope that he's right and it was just a clutch issue. I can find an entire clutch basket probably pretty cheap for this bike. So we'll get on eBay and we'll get this whole assembly. We'll pop that off, replace this. Gotta have to locate this reverse shaft as well. But everything else looks really clean. Gasket, I need a gasket. I'll go with an OEM Yamaha gasket. Get them from Rocky Mountain ATV. They're like $3 more than your aftermarket, whatever, no name gasket. So I'll go OEM Yamaha on that. Yeah. So we'll get some parts ordered up and hopefully have this thing going like pretty quickly, fairly easily. Not bad for $300, guys. We'll, of course, have a few hours in labor cleaning it up. I don't like to sell anything that's not just absolutely clean. This carburetor looks really new, actually. Looks very new. Some adjustment needed on your pull start there. Take a look at the air filter. Hopefully it's got one in it, right? Hopefully it's just an air filter and nothing else living in there. Lid is already loose. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Nice. Okay, that looks brand new. Cool. Somebody was trying to bring it back. You've got some weird things going on here. Looks like for the winch, maybe. All right, guys. We'll order some parts and we'll get back to it in part 2.